And there we go. We're live. Good evening. We just wait and see the lag between YouTube. Oh, not too bad this week. Well, good evening, people. Again, how are we all? All survived the snow. Well, we're supposed to be getting some more, but but we've only had one good cover in here. It's all gone.
It rained.
It rained, yeah. And it caused fucking chaos around the country. I mean, I'll get on to the main stories in a bit, but yeah, when you think of you got the water shortages down Kent way, many thousands without clean water. You've got the West Country that a lot of people lost their power, and I mean in the thousands. Good evening, Marines. Same in Scotland. With the electric, that is always going to happen. There was lots of discussion years ago about laying everything underground. Good evening, Jen.
Evening, Jen.
But basically, the cost in doing it is absolutely phenomenal. They just would not be able to do it. With the water, that's a bit of a different matter. Now, they're blaming the storm, obviously, leaks and what have you. But now, this has been going on every year. When we have a storm, or a little bit of rain, the water board goes to fuck. And I don't just mean Southwest Water, whose problem this one is. I mean across the board, all of them. Thames Water has the same. They lose millions of gallons every week through leaks. And they're putting a paper out back where I come from, back home, that they want to build this bloody great big huge reservoir up there. And it's in the middle of a frigging floodplain, for crying out loud. So, right next to the River Thames, right next to the River Ock. Yeah, that's really going to work well when the Ock and the Thames go over its banks, which they do most years. Good evening, Stitch.
Sorry, darling, what did you say they were going to build in this floodplain?
A reservoir.
Oh, I thought it was houses. That's why I questioned you.
No, they're building houses all around it. They're building all over the floodplain. But
my apologies.
Literally, this is because they haven't done the maintenance they should have been doing and upgrading of the actual systems, the infrastructure of it. Now, I would like to see someone stand up in Parliament and say, right, these Muppets have pocketed too much over the years. Yeah, sorry, Stitch. Good evening, Resist and Little Stitch. They've been lining their pockets. They're living the life of Riley. Good evening, Moo. No, and they're still getting it. They're still doing it with all these problems and all the debts, billions of pounds worth of debts. They're still getting bonuses and high dividends, etc. Now, I would like to see the government clamp down and say, right, you don't take another penny from the profits until you bring everything up to scratch. Update everything that needs updating. And I bet you with the amount of money they take, they would have that done within a year. I bet you they'd have it done within a year. Yeah. It's all about the money. But these things happen over and over again, the same as the floods. It seems like there's a bit of a lag on bloody StreamYard to the microphone now. My lips aren't in sync. Hang on a minute, guys. I'm just going to turn the microphone off a minute. I've been having... Oh, I can't talk now anyway. You won't fucking hear me. Right. It's still out. Okay. Seems... Yeah, it might be all right on YouTube, Jen. But I've also got the screen open here with StreamYard.
No, you're out on YouTube.
It's out on YouTube. Right, I'm just going to shut the camera down for a minute. Unplug it. Doo-doo-doo. Oh, we didn't get a do-do-do-do when I plugged it back in, did we? Nope, it's frozen. Ah, there we go. We're back. Is that still out of sync? Yeah, a little bit. Oh, well, nothing I can do about it here. There seems to be a lot of tech problems going on. Mrs. W created her own issue earlier. She went to reorder some prescriptions, and somehow she'd managed to delete all her passwords on the computer.
Everything that was on autofill, autocomplete, everything.
So she's now got to go and reset all the bloody passwords, which means we've got to go to the, because she orders mine as well. So it means we both got to go back to the bloody doctors, show our, ID with a picture on, driving license, passport, or whatever. Like we had to verify ourselves again, for fuck's sake.
So if anybody knows if there is a way of getting them all back, because I didn't do it. I didn't do it. It must have been one of my seat cleaner or something like that decided they needed to go. But the only one it saved is Screwfix.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I haven't seen Brian on here for ages, otherwise I'd ask him. But,
he's normally one of the lurkers. He's got my number.
Yeah, he normally drops something in the comment. If you are listening, Brian, if you could, if you know how to figure it out, just drop ever a message or drop her a bell. Like you got the number. But yeah, but I mean, we're going to start seeing a lot of things going wrong with the social media now. Good evening, Gordo. Especially with the switch over to Windows 11, which has still got plenty of issues. And then you've got people like myself, which are unsupported, still on Windows 10. This computer won't even accept Windows 11, so not that I want it. But yeah, I think every single penny that them bastards put in their pockets should be stopped. And that money goes in for the infrastructure until it's sorted. You know, as I say, the electric, overland power lines, when you've got storms, winds, snow, that's always going to be an issue, unfortunately. But, yeah. But it wasn't too bad here. I mean, obviously, we didn't go out. They gutted the roads, but not the footpaths around here anyway. And with Heather with her artificial hips and me not very well balanced at times, it would have been a risk.
I was taken out on Sunday and I nearly slipped then, and it was mostly gone.
Yeah, these are things we have to sort of look out for as you get older. You know, it's a simple fall. Especially for Heather with her hips, you get that dislocated again, and then we're into all sorts of problems where I can't get to the hospital to see her. And
that's all right. I'll have holiday.
Yeah, you'd be glad of the peace and quiet. Yeah.
Yeah. Just call it a break. Not a dislocation,
Well,
just a quick break.
think about later in the year, you've got twice as many days of me playing you up on holiday this year.
I know.
Yes, Jen. It's supposed to be starting here tomorrow, apparently. They reckon up to a foot of it. But, yeah. Yeah, Heather's going to have a problem with the holiday this year because we're going for the full-on 2 weeks, 18 days or something it is. But, although I nearly nuked the paranormal channel. There's a few issues. People hid the content for a few days. Yeah, it's happening all over social media. Gordo. I mean, I've got a load of notes here on this thing with Starmer and X. Pardon me. We'll go through that in a bit and what my feelings are on that. But they keep going on about this evil content and things that are being put up. Well, I'm on X. I haven't seen any of it. And there's a bloody good reason. Because I don't go fucking looking for it. So it doesn't get recommended to me. You know, people have got to learn. Machines have got an off switch. Well, except for Starmer. But, yeah, I mean, they're going on. The safety bill, online safety bill was supposed to have been covering all of this. But, I mean, I'll tell you what, I'll do it before I get into some of the other stuff. I'll go through what my opinion is. You know, I mean, it was obvious right from the fucking start that what Starmer is doing has nothing whatsoever to do with protecting women and kids. If he was serious about protecting women and kids, the grooming gangs inquiry would be well underway for a start. You know, they've held that up at every opportunity. And various other things that they put in place about the abuse and shit like that. You know, constantly blocking investigations. But, yeah, I mean, I did hear today, whether it's right or wrong, I don't know. But apparently Elon has allegedly put something in place that will stop Grok modifying or whatever it does with naked pictures of women and girls and kids. But left the bit in that allows you to put bikinis on men. If that's true, I mean, that's a good dig at Starmer, that is. But you know, you used to be able to go to a beach. You'd see all the lovelies laid out there in their bikinis, not a tattoo in sight. You've all seen the posts on Facebook, what it was like in the 70s. And I mean, you go down the beach today and it looks like a load of fucking bin bags with legs, with fucking slots in, you know, and shitting everywhere all over the beach. And they're complaining about people putting bikinis on pictures. I mean, who's the one that's been pushing AI since they got in power? AI is brilliant. We want AI. We want AI to do everything.
But not that.
Now they're starting to see the problems with it. But again, the online safety bill, I mean, we've known right from the beginning. very, very minute amount of it is aimed at protecting women and kids. The rest of it is aimed at silencing us, silencing the dissent. That's why YouTube has clamped down on the way people do it. That's why Facebook has clamped down on it. It's the fact that X is a free speech channel and Starmer doesn't like people speaking out against him and he wants to silence us. Plain and simple. He said it's only concerning the grok. But believe me, with his little pet Ofcom in his pocket, they would go after the whole of the system. But they're not going after, as people are saying, any of the others AI, the AI apps. You know, Google's got one, for fuck's sake. You know, what was it? Chat GPT something, whatever it is. You know, there are many AI apps out there that can do exactly the same, but he's not going after them. Yeah, exactly, Jen. Absolutely. You know, I mean, the military, for fuck's sake, they dragged the top brass into, but not an inquiry, but a debate on the committee, the London committee or whatever it is, all MPs. And the brass sat there and told him, we have not got the forces to defend this country, let alone send any to other countries to defend theirs. Absolutely bang on. You can't control and protect our own borders, but you're going to send what we've got to other countries to protect theirs. Well, you can fuck right off, Starmer. Absolutely. And the reason why the forces are depleted, people aren't signing up. Well, he's thrown, 28 million into the pot and said that will help build the forces up. Again, Starmer, you're not reading the fucking room, are you? It's not about the money. It's about the fact that people won't fight for you. They'd rather fight against you than fight for you. So throwing that money at the armed forces is just another waste of money. You know, most of our kit's up for sale anyway, isn't it? Yeah, but then it'll be service, same as, Starship Troopers, service guarantees citizenship. Yeah.
I wouldn't want to give one of them paddlers a gun anywhere.
You probably wouldn't have to train most of them because they're already trained, but they'd have to stop you learning to use AK-47s and use SA-80s and things, wouldn't they? But yeah, he's just not listening to what he's being told, even by the experts. Sorry about the smoke, people, but it does stop me coughing a lot, funny enough. But yeah, I mean, he doesn't like the dissent. And he doesn't like the truth. And that's the word that he's trying to bury, what the truth is. You know, how can you profess to be protecting women and kids in this country by allowing thousands of people that are more likely, I won't say will, but are more likely to commit these offences? I won't say letting them in. He's fucking helping them to come in.
Well, it's his fault. There's some of the rules that we have to live by now are in place directly from what he did when he was a barrister.
Yep. He has never done anything to protect white English people. If that comes across as racist, I don't really fucking care. But that's his attitude. If you're white and English, you don't matter. We don't care about you. But yeah.
It's like my old boss when I had issues with people at work. Oh, I'm big enough. I can cope with it. Let it wash over you. They never got a bollocking.
Yeah.
As soon as somebody said anything about me, you need to quieten down. You know you can be too boisterous.
Well, the thing is,
fuck off.
You know, Trump now is like he's done with Starmer. He's absolutely fucking done with him. You know, and he's open about it as well. But there again, how long will he last? I mean, yesterday was the so-called highlight with the debate on a general election being called. Well, some debate. I watched some of it. Half the chairs around the table were bloody empty to start with. So that's how interested a lot of them are in it. And excuse me, it was the same old thing, slagging each other off backwards and forwards across the room. Doesn't achieve anything. The only thing is some of it isn't scripted, so you do get to hear one or two, shall we say, honest opinions on certain people. But are we any closer to having one after the first debate on it? Not from what I saw. We know Starmer will try and do anything to stop a general election. You know, he's the sort of person that will burn this country to the fucking ground rather than hand over power. You know, total dictator. It's I mean, he will, believe me, he will go as far as declaring war somewhere. So even the one in 2029, he will try and find a way and force a way of cancelling it. Believe me, you've only got to look at his MO. He wants total power. He's not interested in listening to advice. He's not interested to what people have got to say unless they're the ones pulling his strings from higher. Well, unbelievable, you know. I mean, we've never had such a treasonous government. I mean, yeah, there was treason, all sorts of things going on back in the day, but there was nothing like this. You know, will there be another debate on it? I didn't hear of any date or time set. Normally the chair will set a time for a future debate. Now it's had its first one. I didn't hear a date, but there again, I was laughing that much at it that I just turned it off, to be honest.
It was not worthy of your attention.
No, it wasn't. It was no difference to watching Wednesday's question times.
Yeah.
And quite frankly, that is nothing but a pantomime anyway, as we know. Everything is fucking scripted, even the shouting people down. Although, I got to admit, Vader does rip him to pieces. And he gets flustered. He gets annoyed. You can see him. He loses his place in his notes and he forgets how he's got to answer.
Got totally lost today.
Oh, he was all over the place.
Flicking through his A4 folder. Where's this bit?
I was about setting the petition up and bring it. Yeah, Jen. I mean, that was changed, what, 2 years ago? I haven't read the ins and outs of it, but basically it means that the politicians can't be held responsible for treason. They can't be held account to it, apparently. Or some, don't quote me on it, but they did change the laws to protect their own asses. I remember doing a video on it a couple of years ago, I think it was. I think it was under the Tories, if I remember rightly. Blair, was it? Yeah, I remembered it coming up, but it was updated again a few years ago, Jen. But I think if you've got laws, I think treason laws should always be included in the law. Okay, I don't mean fucking execution and fucking beheading and bollocks like that, but they should be held accountable. Nothing is above the law, not even the PM. But he seems to be getting away with it left, right, and centre. You know, with his wife's help. Yeah. Oh, and you know, she was moaning, wasn't she? Oh, you don't know what her own life is like. Well, if it's anything like his fucking work life, it's going to be a lot worse, isn't it? I feel sorry for her. But yeah, I mean, he has over the last year used his kids and his wife as basically, oh, the sob story. You got to feel sorry for us. We were poor. We're working class. Oh, you fuck. You wouldn't know a working class person if he walked up and put his boot up your fucking ass. Because if you come out in public, that is likely to happen, to be honest. It's like this being banned from the pubs and some restaurants and what have you. Personally, I don't think he should be made welcome no matter where he goes. Even if he's to the corner shop to buy a fucking newspaper, which he probably never does, but...
Can I interject at this point for a moment, though?
Yes.
I was down for a break when that bit was on, when Kenny was going on about how he's crippling pubs because he's doubled the...
Yeah, the taxes.
Business tax. And I actually felt like I sort of wanted him to turn around and go, why would I want to look after the pubs when they won't let me even go and have a fucking pint?
But that's, what's the word they call, ostracised, is it?
Yes.
He should be ostracised from everywhere.
There's another big word that could fit in there as well.
Yeah, the one everybody's putting up at the minute, Stitch, is the one in Bath. Well, that was back during lockdown, where the owner kicked him out and the security had a go at the owner. Yeah, they're also that he's not being made welcome anywhere. I mean, that was literally not quite lockdown, but you know, it was masks, restrictions, and shit.
Was it during the Eat Out to Help Out?
I can't remember when.
Let's pretend the virus has gone away. You can all go out and spread it around again.
We've all seen the clips of where he's talking his bollocks and doing his bullshit PR. And the people in the background are just not interested. You know, if I was working and I was in a company where they said, "Oh, Starmer's going to come in, we want you to start," I'd tell them to fuck off. Not a fucking chance. Although knowing me, I'd probably say, "Yeah, I'd love to see the bloke," and then give him a load of shit when he starts talking. Like, yeah,
they go live.
There's quite a few of them bikini ones out there, Jen. Everybody jumped on the bandwagon. I think Elon Musk himself actually posted one.
But that's not an issue. That's a bit of fun. That's not
Yeah,
making you out to have had a naked photo taken and publish it. And
yeah. I mean, it's like, okay, it's taking it off the story a bit because it is mainly about child abuse and sick bastards on there doing these things. But you wouldn't go and ban a publisher if he put out a book that was way over the top. You know? It's, and as for going after Musk with his connections and his money, yeah, Starmer ain't going to get very far there, believe me. And Trump, good evening, Karen. Trump will retaliate if he continues with it. That could be bad for all of us because it would probably be over sanctions, which would mean our cost of living would keep going up, although they keep saying it's coming down. Yeah. Again, he's not looking at the real world and seeing that it isn't.
it depends which figures you use in any calculation as to what answer you get.
Yeah. And the thing is, he knows that we will all be punished for his fuck ups, like for Starmer's fuck ups. You know, is he going to try and turn us against Trump? We know he likes to cause conflict. But Owen came out yesterday about, the headlines were scrapping the digital ID. Everybody's who are in about scrapping it. It's a big victory. Well, all those people are wrong. It is a bit of a victory in a way, but literally all he's doing is scrapping the word mandatory and compulsory. 2 words, sorry. You know, think how many times, I mean, this was back in the Tory days. Masks are mandatory. Social distancing, mandatory. They tried the jabs, mandatory. All the bullshit. None of it was mandatory. And he couldn't have made it mandatory, Sunak and that Boris, because it's against the law. So how he thinks he can make this mandatory, but that's all he's done, is drop that word. And just like with the pandemic and what they considered to be mandatory, the police thought it was law. They'll do exactly the same. They'll put the frighteners on. You won't be able to do this. Convince businesses that they've got to use it. Otherwise, they'll take a hit on taxes or something. They'll be blackmailed. They'll be bribed. You know, you'll pay lower taxes if you implement digital ID. And it's not going away. It's on the table. It's always going to be on the table, simply because that digital ID is the key to Starmer's goal, which is the credit scoring system. And it won't work unless you've got a digital ID. Plain and simple. All it's done is gone into the back room where they'll quietly work on it, change it around. It will probably come back with a new name when they try to bring it back again. It's the key to the whole corrupt system that he wants. Good evening, Adrian. And of course now, who's got the biggest one? Well, it's China. And look at the state that's in now. Thousands and thousands of people on the streets. Thousands can't access their own money. Can't even get into their own homes. And what does he do? He wants them to build a big fuck up. Well, I call it a spy centre. He's calling it an embassy. Good evening, Baron. I'm calling it a spy centre. You know, built, but basically right on top of all the main internet cables that run through London. It'll take them 5 minutes to hack into that. And Starmer will let them do it because he wants the same as what they've got. Complete destruction of their country and people, because that's what's happening in China at the moment. And from what I see, I think the Chinese are wising up. They're seeing it. They're coming out on the streets and fighting back now. But I'm struggling to understand it all. I really am. Now, Starmer now, that's 12, 13 U-turns. Now, he, back in the day, said about Boris, said that's 12 U-turns the Tories have done now. He said 1 or 2 U-turns over a small mistake you would allow for. But he called it 12, and he called it serial incompetency. So what does that say about you then, Starmer? But how is he still there? How many people have we seen get pulled out of Parliament for misleading the House, lying to the House, leaking information to the press? And he's at it again. Openly lying and misleading the House, over the Chagos deal. Well, we all know he lied about the costings, about how much it was going to cost, and how much of a charmed life Mauritians would have in their income tax-free country because of the billions that we pay over to them under that deal. But when he brought it up and all the hoo-ha was going on around it, I seem to remember him actually stating that it had all been costed and approved by the OBS. Quite possibly, Jem. He came up with the usual shit. The money was coming from here, there, and it had all been costed. But according to a report that I've heard, whether this is genuine or not, I don't know. But where it came from, I think it could be. He said the OBS had crunched numbers on this when they approved it. Apparently, the OBS knew fuck all about it. They'd never seen any figures on it. They've never been asked to look into it. So he openly lied and misled Parliament. Why is nobody calling him out? Why isn't he being removed? And along with Reeves, thieving Reeves, I mean, she must have been in on it. Yeah. And the reason he's still there? Corruption. Plain and simple corruption. He's a hypocrite going about Trump and Iceland. Yeah, exactly, Jen. I mean, the EU has barked in on it all now, especially with the thing over Greenland and that. And they turned round and said, oh, well, we ain't got a problem. We can kick you out of all the bases in Europe that you operate. And Trump just turned around and said, well, that would leave you fucking defenseless. Like he said, NATO needs America. America doesn't need NATO. It's unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. I mean, literally, I want to know, is there any way you can report somebody that needed sectioning? Because he certainly needs a fucking gag and a straitjacket on him. Can we bribe a few doctors or something to say he is incompetent?
What's it called when the coppers go out? Health check?
Welfare check.
Welfare check.
Yeah. Go and kick down the door number 10 for a welfare check. Fuck yeah. Oh, he's unbelievable. He's the sort of person, if he turned up on my doorstep, knocked on the door, I'd open the door, invite him in, and as soon as he takes a step across the threshold, he'd get the fucking door slammed in his face. I just would not entertain the bastard, what he's done to this country. But, and it's something again with, now, I've always made a point of saying, at the moment, if there was a general election tomorrow, I would vote for reform. Simply because they're the only ones at the moment that have got a chance of beating him, a bloody good chance of beating Labour. Now, it's not because I fully support reform, but I will vote for them if it means Labour get removed. Everybody says it will be better under reform. Well, I'm honest enough to say that you don't know that and you can't say that until they get in power and try. So things might not be any better under them. It could go either way. You don't know. But now, with that fucking idiot Zimbabwe, as I call him, jumping from the Tories to Labour, it's becoming a second Tory party with all these fucking Tory MPs and fucking councillors that have jumped ship. They're like the Italians during the Second World War, aren't they? Oh, we'll back who's fucking winning. They can see Labour going down the shitter. Where's our best chance of still keeping the salaries and positions we've got? Well, obviously that's with reform. Off we go. But I've always said there'd be people in there that are willing to be plants. Not saying there are, but it's a possibility. They're there to disrupt reform. Now, Zimbabwe or the Zahari, Nadim, whatever, now he professed to be a lifelong Tory supporter, and he will die as a Conservative supporter. So why did you join Reform then, you prick? Especially after turning round and calling Farage a racist, a narcissist, etc., and saying that you would not want to be in a country and would not feel safe in a country if he was running it.
But now it's Nigel for Prime Minister.
Now it's Farage. He's fucking brilliant. Leopards don't change their fucking spots. And as for saying he's as much as an Englishman, although he wasn't born here, as Farage is, no, you're not, mate. You're not a full Englishman. You were made an Englishman. You're not a full Englishman.
And I'm sorry, they're not leopards that won't change their spots. They're hyenas that will grab on anything.
Latch onto anything. Yeah.
They are just...
Well, that was always my pet name for the police. Pack of hyenas. But, yeah. You know, that is making me think. I mean, yeah, Rupert Lowe's comes out and he says what he means. And I admire that in a bloke, but that doesn't mean to say I'm going to vote for him. Because, again, you can't say what's going to happen if they ever won, because you just don't know. Every political party is an unknown quantity until they get in power. And we've seen when it goes fucking wrong. We're seeing now what happens when that goes wrong.
But it's like you said the other day, if too many votes go here, there and everywhere, we'll end up with Labour still in control. Yeah,
we'll end up with the same sort of situation we had on the last election. With all these other parties where people have... I mean, Reform are they've already lost thousands of supporters because of him attacking Tommy Robinson. This, taken in Zimbabwe, will cause a lot of people to drop their support. Like mine is very, very waned at the moment.
It's dropped by about 2% since he...
Yep. Now, don't forget, Zimbabwe was the one that backed taking your parental rights away because they wanted to jab your kids. He was the one behind and supported most of the draconian fucking things they put in place. Wanted us all locked up, prevented from leaving the house and other restrictions. So, no, my support is very, very low for them now. You know, so many of the people that Farage has took in have fucked up the country and now have jumped ship. You know, it's... yeah, but what can you do? What can you do?
Have you got anything on a lighter note? Or is it all doom and gloom tonight?
Yeah. Light bulb. Heavy bulb. No, I ain't got much left on my notes now, so we can get into general chatter and opinions. I'm sure everybody's got. So I mean, the West Midlands Police. Oh God. Unbelievable. We've got this evidence. We've got that evidence. This is all over the football match with the Maccabi fans, and the statement that idiot Guildford, the chief constable, or just chief cunt. Sorry, I don't use that word very often, but he's been shown his allegiance before. You know, giving statements, talking in Islam, backing the Muslims, going to their, prayer meetings and shit. But now the fact has come out that he presented totally fabricated evidence to block the Maccabi fans from going to this match with Aston Villa. Now, since that was released, we know the police can't be trusted, no matter how many fucking stripes they got on their arm. They can't be trusted, end of. They can't be trusted to uphold the law or keep you safe. But Mahood came out and said she no longer has any confidence in Guildford. Well, go one stage further, sweetheart. Sack the bastard. Remove his fucking pension. And do it to every fucking copper that fabricates evidence. How does that sound? Sounds fucking good to me.
It's what would happen in any other job.
Yeah. I mean, these people in these positions, as Heather rightly said, they wouldn't last 5 minutes in regular employment out on the streets. They wouldn't last 5 minutes with their fucking attitude. But anyway, that's my ranting done for a bit because I haven't been doing any videos. I like to get it all out. But what's everybody else got to say about it? Oh, good evening, lurkers in the background there. Keeps forgetting about you. Peter, good evening, mate. Yeah. Give me something to work with here, people. Give me your opinions. Give me some feedback on it.
Give him a chance to type.
Yeah, doesn't matter if they're different to mine. I'm not too worried about that.
Because my opinions are different to his a lot of the time.
But well, I won't say we sit here in debate, but we do sit here and talk about issues because obviously we're two separate people. We both got very similar ideas, but we're not always in line, you know?
And also, I don't spend my day trawling through what's going on in the world. So I have to take the snippets of information that I have gleaned, and then I use Roger as a sounding board because he goes, no, that's not true anymore. They've changed all that. Did you not say this?
That's it. It's because I'm looking at it all the time.
But it's constantly changing.
Yeah, and this is the issue. Pardon me. And I think this is why they're doing it. They're throwing everything on the table at the moment. And I think it's to try and keep people on the back foot. You know, there's that much going on that you can't have a concentrated, I won't say attack, but you can't concentrate on one thing at a time because they're throwing so much out there. USA and UK are working towards civil wars to stop polling and keep them in power. The USA, well, it's a different kettle of fish over there because they got so many different things to concern themselves with. But here, Moo, yes. Now, I said this, I think it was last week. I didn't think it, but say it, I actually thought it. With the way Starmer's heading, the country getting together, marching to fucking London and pulling him down seems like the only way he's ever going to be pulled out of the chair. You know, there's more than enough power in Westminster to remove him, especially with what he's already done and is doing. Yet nobody's doing it. Are they all frightened of him? Are they all fucking cowards? Yeah, stand up in front of him in the house and call him names and point things out. That's not pulling him down. Nothing's being put forward to pull him down. And the thing is, we don't just want him pulled down. We want the whole fucking party gone. Because believe me, there is worse in that Labour Party and in the top ranks as well than he is. You know, they prove themselves to be a party of backstabbers, even amongst their own. So, what has he got on them? Yeah. I can't put a finger on it, Jen. I mean, this is the issue. You know, the only thing I can think of is that they are being controlled. You know, we believe they are. Because they're all coming out with the same rules, same. I mean, look at Australia. You know, look at Europe. They're all coming out with the same things, and they know it's pissing their own people off, but they don't care. They just charge on. You know, what was it Orwell said? Remember, think of a society with a boot firmly clamped on your head. You know, I mean, I don't see 1984 as a work of fiction anymore. I see it as an oracle. And if you look at things, America, Europe is turning away from America. You got the two big intercontinental wars, the ending of the wars, haven't you, that they had in the, especially when you throw Putin and shit like that in the mix. And there's poor little UK sat right in the fucking middle. But Starmer seems to be poking every single fucking one of them. I've no answers to any of it. But until Labour go, things will never get better. And the thing is, like I say, they'll push it that far that there will be nothing left worth saving. Nothing at all.
That's the fear.
Yeah. I mean, you look at the power now. There's we could have power cuts and fucking hell, restricted power supplies, all because of that twat Miliband. And now they've come up, we're going to save the economy because what we have got in clean industry, we're auctioning off to foreign fucking countries and foreign investors. So it's not ours. You know? It's better for the country. Is it bollocks? The net zero shit is probably the second biggest drain on this fucking country at the moment, except for the war in Ukraine. And believe me, what they're spending on these illegals coming across the channel is fuck all to what they're spending on that. Yeah, the whole system does need to be changed, Moo. You know, they want everything modernised. Yet our politics is still sat in the fucking past. It's ancient.
And why the hell would you not get a British company to put in a load of windmills wherever they're going up for a new solar wind powered farm? Why would you not make it an English company? Why would you give it away?
Because they've driven all the English companies that would invest in it out of the fucking country. They're investing in other countries now.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. All they've got left is the odd foreign investor.
But we should be investing. If there's no individual company, then you make one.
But
this Energy UK, why are they not doing it? Why are we not keeping the money in our pockets?
He's not saying who these investors are that he auctioned this shit off to. Well, we know damn well China is trying to buy into everything like that in this country. Are they going to be the big investor in it? But it's just not going to work. It's not going to work. It doesn't help us. They've blown up our own fucking power stations. We're virtually reliant on bought in power now, and that's just going to get even worse. You know, oh, we'll keep the cost of living down. We will save you £150 on your energy bills. No, what you've done is force the sellers to give us £150 fucking rebate. You're not knocking it off the bills. The bills will stay at the same fucking rate. And basically what they've given you by that is, in many cases, a month's worth of power free. You know, everything that's fucked up in this country is costing us more now. You know, cost of living, cost of fuel, the war on the motorists is being stepped up left, right and centre. You know, all right, yeah, we're not going to sell as many EVs. Europe has dropped that, but so now we'll go after the diesels. Yeah, literally, he's reading from the dictator's prayer book. Hi, Jan. Be careful if it does snow.
Take care, Jen. Speak to you soon.
But there we go.
Hey, we'll be able to get to Manchester quicker soon.
Yeah, I mean, new phone line. Phone line? Railway line. Birmingham. Oh, fuck happened there? Birmingham to Manchester. Well, wasn't that supposed to be part of HS2? Which they've now bollocksed up. It's cost them way over what they said it was going to be. And now they want to open a God knows how many £100 million fucking works on another one. You know, they're doing everything about ass about face. I mean, they want all these new houses built. The builders have said it ain't going to happen. And a lot of people are leaving the building trade. You know, look at the extra tax they put on pickups, which most builders use. They're charging them more to build these houses, so they ain't going to get done. Right, well, there's the link to the stream. If anybody does want to drop in on the panel, I'll keep an eye in the back room. Might as well.
Stitch, if you'd like to come up and let us know how you're getting on. I saw you back at home. And home it hasn't been finished, but if you'd like to come and fill everybody in, more than welcome.
What the fuck am I doing here? I'm losing fucking...
The will to live?
No. I don't know what you'd call it. I mean, then I was looking for my backy tin and I picked up a glass case. A pair of my glasses.
Anybody been doing anything fun they want to tell us about?
Yeah, any broken bones through skiing or sledging?
Yeah.
I mean, Oxford seems to be ringed in accidents at the moment. Roger's having a Starmer moment, yeah. I mean, how long is it before people start saying, oh, you know, not saying he's lied, he's done a Starmer. Yeah.
Oh, I loved Kemi's comment about he was like a plastic bag blowing around in the wind. Oh, that was an amazing analogy.
I'd like to know who writes her scripts.
Whoever came up with that one needs to bone it.
Anyway, good evening, Stitch.
Hello, honey.
Yeah. Hi, darling, you alright?
I'm good. How are you?
Bit low on the volume. There we go.
Well, what happened was we was like moving around for like 2 months, yeah.
Yeah.
And then Friday, we've been in our house for like just over a week, but it was like a 3-story. So it was like really hurting my back and everything, having to walk up and down all those stairs all the time and everything.
Okay.
And then they told us I had to stay away till the 8th of February. So they put us in a house, but they gave us, when they were telling me about this house, they gave me one address, and then the day we were supposed to be moving, they gave us a different address, but it had the same door number. So I was a bit confused, but I thought maybe the first one was a mistake. So anyway, packed everything up, came back to the house, repacked everything, got into the car, a taxi, drove to the first address, and it was on a really busy road. And we went up and down it twice. I had the sat nav on, couldn't find it. So we parked up, me and little Stitch got out of the car and walked up and down this road, we couldn't find it. Got back into the taxi, the driver was getting pissed off, and he said, well, let's try the first address, because that must be where you're supposed to be going. Yeah. So we drove to the second address, found the house, went up to it, and on, on the bit of paper, it tells you how to access the house, like if you've got to unlock a key lock or anything like that.
Yeah.
But it said, go through the gate, the door will be open, walk in, and the keys are in the back of in the living room. So we went up to this house, tried the door, and this woman comes on the intercom on a ring doorbell, started screaming at us, accusing us of trying to break into her house. I tried to explain to her the situation, but she wouldn't listen. I got back into the car. This whole time I'd been trying to phone the council to find out what the hell was going on. The taxi driver was getting peed off with us. Yeah. And I just ended up losing it, and I was crying, and I had a bit of a meltdown. Had a panic attack. I was crying, I was panicking, I didn't know what to do. So the driver just said, he goes, I'm really sorry, but I can't spend all night driving around.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I said to the kids, we're just going to go home. So he came back to the house, and on Monday, because obviously I couldn't find anyone until Monday, they had a bit of a go at me about the fact they've paid for this Airbnb. I said, I've been moving around for 2 months. You keep putting me in houses that aren't disabled accessible. We've moved God knows how many times now. And I just physically and mentally can't do it anymore. So they said I can stay. But I heard them last night. Me and the littlest Stitch got woken up at 2 o'clock in the morning by them running around in the loft. So they're still there. Still waiting for them to fix it, because they did like a satellite thing where they checked to see whether, because they think that there might be a crack or something in the drain, and that's how they're getting through and getting into the house. They found one, but apparently that drain pipe belongs to Angular Water.
Yeah, excuses after excuses.
Yeah. So.
Well, are they coming up through it into the house, or are they coming up into the garden and then getting in the house?
I don't know. I mean, they're in the house. There's 4 houses connected to each other, and they're in all 4 lofts. But
someone
what
else
happened?
They're traveling along. Yeah.
Well, the neighbour next door, the old man, he has food outside all the time. We keep telling him to stop doing it, but he don't listen. But they haven't been moved out of their homes. But the thing that it was one, because there's when my radiator is in my bedroom, like there's a pipe that goes into the floor in there.
Yeah.
And one of them came through that.
So you got a big hole where the pipe comes, because that's how you got to stop getting in, is the access. But if they're getting across a row of terraces in the loft, they've got to sort all of them out. And if they're privately owned, they can't force.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, they go
Yeah,
to
all the rest of them are all privately owned. But what's happened is I've put metal wire, metal like scrubby brush thing in the hole because apparently they don't eat that.
No, but they'll chew it and
So
pull it
that's
out.
I say it's been put in there. But I just couldn't. Sorry.
I was just going to say it'll do as a temporary fix, but you've got to make sure that they're not moving it and getting past it.
Yeah, I check it every time I go into my bedroom just to make sure they haven't come through. But so far, so good. But it's like I just couldn't do it anymore. It was like some of the houses
Evening loafer.
they didn't have proper. They didn't have it like a walk-in shower. So I was hurting myself every time I wanted to have a shower. And then obviously there's stairs and all that. And one of them, like a couple of them, have been quite far away from town and everything. So it's it just did me in, and I ended up having a bit of a breakdown, and I couldn't stop crying. And my daughter was like, "It's okay, Mum," because as well, the thing while I was in the first hotel, they booked a gas safety check, but they booked it while I wasn't in the house, so I didn't know about it. So when we came back to the house, the gas had been capped. So the house was really cold. So I was panicking because the house was freezing, but they wouldn't turn it back on until Monday. They turned it on Monday. So we had Friday, Saturday, and Sunday with no heating whatsoever, no hot water, no nothing. It was absolutely freezing. It was horrible.
You need to get onto some sort of authority on this. Don't go to the council because they won't do
Yeah.
fuck. What you got to do is go to some of these charities or groups that specialise in this. They don't charge for it, but they come round. They'll have a look. Most of them do have people on their books that do charity work. Will come round, block the holes up, things like that. The only other thing you can do, which again is going to cause you a lot of hassle, would be go through the health and safety.
Well, I've already gone through environmental health because
they won't do nothing.
I wasn't getting any help, and I just got them round. I mean, they did kind of kick them up the mum a little bit, but now, like, even though nothing's been done, whenever I phone him up and say nothing's been done yet, and he goes, "Well, things have been done, Ellen, because they've gone round there and they've put poison in the loft." I said, "But they've been doing that for 13 years. Ain't doing nothing, is it?" I said, "You got to talk to the other people." But obviously, because they all own their house, there's nothing they can do. And it's like, you can't just keep me away from the house forever. Like, my daughter, she weren't sleeping very well because she didn't feel comfortable. Little Stitch was stressing out because obviously it was different. It was constantly different. We were constantly moving around different places, and it was causing him to have anxieties as well. So I just said, because we just can't do it anymore, but it's got to get sorted because it's not fair.
No, you need to get onto one of these charities or one of these things that deal with this, because the council, you can imagine the problem you've got there. You imagine the problems people in Birmingham are having at the moment.
Oh, God, yeah.
And the council is supposed to be dealing with that, but they're not. They're not interested.
But you need someone to advocate for you so they can do the fighting.
Good evening, Stu.
Yeah,
that's the only thing I can suggest there. I mean,
so how would I find that? What do I Google?
Look around online. Most of them are on there.
Try phoning the local council, see what they recommend.
Yeah, I mean, the local council usually have these people on their listings. If you ask,
Do you think calling my local MP will help?
That's what was going to be my next suggestion. Depending on what he's like, or she, or it.
Yeah, it's a woman.
yeah, pressure your MP to pressure the council to
Yeah.
get something done. If they're trying to drop it or whatever, then right, okay, I'll go to the national press with this story, see if
Yeah.
they're interested in it, because that's the thing they don't like is bad press. You know,
Well, yeah, because they've lifted up all my decking out my back garden. So now if I want to go into, like, if I want to have a cigarette, I'll see if I can show you it. Put my
decking
camera
is
back on.
notorious. Decking is notorious for having rats under it.
How do I turn them? What am I doing?
I
How
mean,
do I turn it? Oh, front facing.
I had
No.
rats under my workshop up in the garden. Never had them in there before, even though we live quite close to one of the brooks. But the neighbour had some chickens in a run in their garden. They put some chickens in there. And of course, the rats came up feeding them. I mean, you could see them in the daylight running around in this fucking pen. I did trap a few. But I told the neighbour, I said, look, you know, you got to do something about this. I said, I could sit in my bedroom window and watch the rats running around the chickens' feet. And they got rid of the chickens. And yeah, the rats disappeared. No signs up there at all. I even check regularly. I'll go and walk around with me ultraviolet light, see if there's any rat piss, which is a sure sign.
And you check for footprints in the snow.
And I did go up in the snow to check for footprints as well, see if there was any runs.
No, so we haven't got no snow, so this is. Oh, that worked. Oh yeah, it has worked. Right. So this is what I've got. So if I want to go into my back garden, I've got to climb on these things to get around, because it's all. I mean, that's full of rat shit. That's all rat shit here.
Is that concrete?
Yeah, they're redoing it. They said that after they fix the problem, they're gonna redo it all, and they're gonna make like a ramp with the concrete, so that I don't have to have decking anymore.
Why would they make concrete like that and then put? Do you know that actually looks like there was a room built onto the back of that house originally? Because that looks like that was laid with timber in the gaps to put a floor on.
That's the framing from the decking. Things are back there.
Is it timber?
I think so, yeah.
Because looking at the video on here, it looked like they were actually channels. It didn't look like it was timber.
Yeah, so, it's wood, yeah.
No, they're notorious for rats under them. Any decking.
You see, like the
you got the
thing. There's all round that. There's hot. I mean, this when the decking was put down, you know, all this here and this one here, that weren't all there. So I'm guessing because they've been eating through so much, I think that's coming from them. I don't know.
Yeah.
They've eaten holes all the way on there.
But by the very nature of decking, you're always going to get food and shit like that underneath it because of the gaps in it. You know, I don't like decking. You know, and it's dangerous in the wet as well. But,
I only got it because the step's quite like a deep step, and I kept saying to them that I needed help to be able to get in the back garden. It got to the point where I couldn't. So then that's when I got the decking because I was fed up of asking. But yeah, I wish I never had. I really wish I never had.
Roger, good evening, mate.
But it solved the issue for of you getting out there. So
yeah,
it worked.
Yeah.
It means that it's given them free run of the area. Now you've got the infestation, but you know that's the issue with us and the wildlife we live with.
See, I'm used to it. I was brought up with it. You know, foxes in the garden, cows down in the field at the bottom, and but
Yeah.
it. I will say rats are a bigger problem now in built-up areas than they are in the wild. To be honest, it's simply because there's a better food source there, more food source. You know.
Oh yeah, when we was at the hotel, because the hotel that we stayed in, it had like a restaurant next to it, obviously, and then like next to that, there was like a little like retail park that had a Macca's, had a Subway, had a pizza place, and then over the road there was a pizza place, and we'd be standing outside the front. I'd be having a fag, and you see one ran past me once. It looked like a bloody cat. It was absolutely ginormous, and it just ran past my feet, and I was like, "Oh, hello." You know what I mean? They're like running around everywhere. I was like, fucking hell. Because I ain't
Well,
scared of them.
it's that bad here. I mean, a few years ago, I ended up in the QE, the Queen Elizabeth, which is down in the city, the new hospital as it was at the time,
Yeah.
with the blood clot on the brain. Now, to have a ciggy, well, hang on, what's this? I saw it's a message. Um, you had to go all the way down, like 8 flights in a fucking lift and out through the main entrance door at night.
Yeah.
The door was automatic, but each time it opened, one of the security run over with a broom to literally shoo the rats away from the door so they didn't come into the hospital.
No way.
And
Oh
that
my
was
God.
it wasn't finished at the time. I was in a brand new wing, and there's that many rats at night that they had to have someone on the door with a broom to get the rats away from the door to let people in and out.
Fucking
You
hell.
stand out there having a smoke, and they were running over your feet.
Well, we had an issue up in town when they rejigged what was the central reservation between two roads. Well, there were toilets on that little island, and what they did was they banked the soil up and they covered everything up, and they built on top of the existing toilets. That at one point, the whole of the town centre was inundated with this rat problem, and they discovered that what had happened was the toilets that had been just covered over had become a rat's nest. There was thousands of them in there. You got pubs that couldn't get the door open. It was absolutely horrendous. But that was what, 15 plus years ago?
A funny story. Just this one might cheer you up, Stitch, on rats. This was years ago. Me and the old man working up the yard, up the farm, and they did have a problem with rats up there. You know, it's a farm. We did what we could with the air rifles and 410s and shit to wipe them out, but they kept coming back. You know, you weren't going to stop them. So the old man come up with the idea of tracking down where they're all going. So he's walked out into one of the yards, and well, I say yard, it's a gravel yard, but it was overgrown with grass and stuff like that, as you get on farms when they're not being used too much. And he noticed them all going down into this hole in the ground. He could see about a 6-inch hole through the grass, and that was it. So he come up with the idea of pouring petrol in the hole, thinking it was a nest, and throwing a burning rag at it. Well, this was great, but he'd put about half a gallon of fucking petrol down this hole. I'm stood well back. I'm like, this is not going to fucking end well. So he threw the rag at it, and there's this almighty whoomph. And this big flame shot out this fucking hole, and that was it. Everything went quiet. No rats come out, no nothing. So then the farm cottages, about 50 yards away, There was 2 or 3 people coming out of there saying, "What the fuck was that? Our bathroom is absolutely soaked." Well, when I scraped the turf away from the grass from the top of this fucking hole, it was actually a manhole cover with a hole down the side of it. So effectively, the old man had been pouring petrol into the fucking sewer. And of course, as soon as he lit the fucker, it blew back up the pipes and the shitters in the cottages. Anything that was laid in the pipe line ended up in their shitters. And I'm like, oh.
It's good job they weren't using it when that happened, isn't it? That would have been horrible, wouldn't it?
That is an absolute true story. You know, I really wish back in the day we'd have had these phones with cameras on and that, because some of the things back then, they used to be fucking hilarious.
When we were allowed to have fun.
Oh, it was funny as fuck. The old man, he was so embarrassed. He didn't know where to put it. And it didn't do away with the rats. But yeah, blew up the fucking toilets in 3 cottages. Oh.
Oopsie.
I must admit, I did dine out on that one for a few times with him.
That's a good one.
Yeah, we were up there shooting the rats. Now, I used to take an air rifle up. If we intended to go round the fields afterwards for a few rabbits, I might take a 410 with me, a small shotgun. The old man, no, he's going to decide he's firing a fucking 12 bore at these rats around the farm. Surprise, surprise, 2 days later, the farmer's wondering why his fucking hens ain't laying. I said, well, it could have something to do with this twat standing 5 feet away from him fucking shotgun. And they must have been fucking terrified. And they all stopped laying for a week or so.
Oh, bless them.
Yes,
We had to cut it down to air rifles only after that.
PTSD.
Yeah, chickies with PTSD, yeah. Oh, fuck, you know. The things that used to happen back then. Yeah, it was loop, rats, lice, trench foot, gas, spike. What, you reeling off what you got all your meds for, though? Oh, pardon me. Yeah, I've got to have a word with my doctor soon. It's one of these new pills he's got me on. I've got a feeling it's upsetting my stomach, but I'll wait until I've got another appointment with him. Or I'll just stop taking them, and then he'll ring me and ask me why I'm not taking them and ordering them.
You both doing all right, though?
Yeah, not too bad. I mean, today, funny enough, doing these live streams, it does drain me. I laid on the settee behind me here and fell asleep this afternoon. A bit more comfortable than in the chair. Heather come down, came over, took the remote. I woke up and she was sat there watching telly, you know. But yeah, the only place that I don't seem to get fatigued as much is when we go on holiday. My breathing improves, which I'm convinced that is the fresh air coming off the sea, because we're beachfront and it's always windy there. And I think it's also the fact that I'm outside more. I do get fatigued. I mean, I've had to go and lay down halfway through a fishing session because I've got too tired. I mean, Heather's posted a wonderful picture on Facebook a couple of years ago of me asleep in the car.
You were sleeping in the chair with the cat. You were
sleep in the chair with my cat. I was sat outside the cottage with my gnome hat on. But,
yeah, at one point, my Facebook picture was the holiday photo of holiday selfie, and he was there in the driver's seat waiting for the tide to come in, snoring.
Just knackered. I might even have it on here actually. Let's have a. Would it be in that file? It's a brilliant picture because she's got such a bloody evil grin on her face. Got a feeling I might have transferred it over to my hard drive, my external hard drives, so it wouldn't be on here because I've had a big clean up on the computer. I got fucking memes. According to the listing, I've got about 4,000 memes on my hard drive.
Have you got Facebook account?
Yes, I have.
Well, if you go to my account, it should be on my profile picture.
Oh, that's an idea. Yeah, hang on. How the fuck do I do that then?
So let's have a look.
I still struggle with.
We go in.
So I'm just trying to find you. There we go. No, it isn't on there. But it should be in there. It's not in there.
Photos.
There's you with your shotgun shooting. I forgot we had that one. Well, I can't see it anywhere on there.
No, I can't actually.
Photos of header. Ah, here we go. Why have you got pictures of cute blondes on? Oh, it's just looking at hairstyle. Okay. Drop myself in the shit then. Cute blondes. Well, I can't find it on there, darling.
It's in profile pictures.
Profile pictures. Okay. So where would I find that then? Headers, photos of header, headers, photos, albums. Right, albums. Okay. Well, I'm not seeing it in there either. Cover photos, yeah?
Profile pictures.
Profile pictures. Oh, there we go. Yeah, there it is. Look. Right.
That's it. Now you got it. Now you can share it.
Share screen. Oh, there you go.
That grin.
And all I'd done there was sort the bait, get the tackle in the car, and that was it. Woomph, gone.
It is knackering doing stuff, isn't it? Because I had to take everything out of my loads of stuff out of my bedroom because I didn't want to leave anything soft in my bedroom. So I had to do all that. I've got all the kids' stuff, all that everywhere. So we've been trying to sort through it, and it's absolutely doing me in just doing that.
So somehow I just managed to cancel Facebook.
Oh, there we go. just do what you can, a little at a time, and you'll get to the end of it. And that's all you can do, darling. Just don't knock yourself
show you the hole.
out. Don't do too much.
I'm going to show you the
sometimes
hole.
Just walking up to the toilet and coming back, I end up having to use me puffer, me inhaler, because I just so out of breath. But it's nowhere near as bad when I'm up there.
See, that's weird. The hole. Can you see it? It's got
Yeah.
like because I think because my carpet is grey, but the wire wall stuff is like proper packed in there. Can you see it? And it.
Yeah. Well,
Well, the
let's
thing
hope
Oh
is,
no,
that
that's me.
keeps darling.
the thing is with rats, they're like cats. As long as they can get their whiskers into a hole, they'll get their body through it.
Because along here, like this part down the side of my bed, was where I keep all of like I've got black bags with like my plushies and stuff in it. They're all down here, and I was asleep. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning or something, and I heard like this like that,
Yeah.
and then like I heard like a, and
Yeah.
so I woke up and I sat up listening. I was just here. So I got out of bed, pulled all the bags out, and one of them, because they're like fabric ones, and they've got like a plastic window, like a see-through plastic window, so you can see what's in it.
Yeah.
And the one at the bottom near that hole had 3 little holes in it, tooth marks in it.
They'll chew on anything for nesting. I mean, you know, they're very resilient creatures. They'll eat poison and become immune to it. You know, that's why they keep changing the poisons around, because they become immune to it. You know, they'll eat mud, they'll eat soap. And the thing is, they carry so many fucking diseases. I mean, you know, plague was spread by them, wasn't it? Well, the fleas on them anyway. But
Yeah. They say they keep changing the poison. Like the lady that came just before we came home and went up there, she said that they left loads of bait up there, but they hadn't touched it. So she's put a different sort up there to see if they'd have that. But there's definitely in them up there because they woke me up 2 o'clock this morning, fucking scraggling about. I was like, oh.
Well, think of it this way. Wouldn't it be nice if rats left the sinking ship and then they all queued up at Dover to leave the sinking UK? I mean,
I'm thinking about. Sorry.
I did think about the idea of looking around London for a rent-a-kill company and booking them to go to Westminster. There's an infestation of rats. Come in and exterminate them, please.
They'd have to have a whole fleet to get rid of that, though, wouldn't they? Fucking hell.
Yeah, plastic as well. Yes, they will, Loafer.
Yeah, there's not a lot they won't chew on.
No. And it is a job to get rid of them, especially if they're resident, you know.
So this has been going on for like 13 years, and I've been moaning at them all. Like, they'll come, they'll put the bait up, they'll all die, it'll stink the house out for about a week, and then it'll be quiet for a couple of weeks, and then it'll start again. So I have to have them out again. And I've been doing that, say, for 13 years. It's driving me to distraction.
That's because you own the other properties as well, and you're fixing it at your end. It may go about halfway across the loftages, but there's somebody getting in somewhere, and it's until that problem is also solved, they will continue to come back. And unless you get up into your loft and make sure it is completely secure that they can't get across.
Well, it's funny because they said at the beginning of all this that because one of my neighbours said that there was somebody up in the loft for about 2 hours and all he could hear was banging and crashing around, and they told me that they've done that, but they obviously haven't because I heard them last night.
No.
But my neighbour,
if they've sealed it and they're still coming across,
made another hole.
They've made another hole.
They've made another way. And unfortunately, you know, especially with older buildings, you got I mean, Dan used to have a problem with mice, but literally they would get under the gap under his back door. You know, there are steps you can take to keep them out, but when you've got wooden floors and stuff like that, it's a job to seal up everything.
And I'm thinking about this, saying to them, I just want to be moved. Because if this isn't going to stop, then I don't want to constantly be worried about one coming out of somewhere and you know, it could hurt the kids, it could hurt my dog. Do you know what I mean? So I'm actually thinking about us, because if they're not gonna, you know, if they're gonna take, you know, this long to fix it. I mean, they tried to say it was because of Christmas. I said, you moved me out the 30th of October. You had the whole of November and the beginning and part of December. You didn't do anything. So it's not just because of Christmas. It's just excuses.
It doesn't matter what it's over.
Darling, push for it.
That's all you'll ever get from councils is excuses. They don't want to do any work. They haven't got the money to do any work.
But if you want to move, push for it.
No, I think it's the best idea, because say, if this is not going to get fixed and this is constantly going to be something that I'm going to have to deal with. I mean, I can't keep moving around, because even though it says on my paperwork that I'm disabled, it says it everywhere. Even the people knew I was, but no, I mean, apart from the hotel, because the hotel were great, they'd moved me to disabled rooms, even though the council didn't. But all the houses have been, you know, non-disabled, and it's been such hard work having to do all that. It's proper knackered me out.
A few years ago, the council were told that literally, or more or less, all homes should be disabled accessible. That's why now we get wider doors and stuff like that, and certain heights for things. But that seems to have been forgotten.
Yeah. Well, the new house we went to that was 3 stories, the downstairs, it had, like, you walked in and then there was like one bedroom with a single bed in it, and then there was a room with a toilet in it, and then there was like the kitchen diner. You had to go up a flight of stairs, and there was 2 bedrooms, a living room and a bathroom, but the bath was too high for me to climb into it to get in the shower. So I had to go all the way up to the 3rd floor to have a shower, because they had a walk-in shower, but it was a teeny one. And I was like, I have to walk up 2 flights of stairs to have a shower.
Yeah.
And it did me in.
Yeah, I can understand that. I mean, we struggle. We've got a shower over the bath, but that doesn't negate the issues of us getting up and standing in the bath. Because either of us could slip and get stuck in there. But we're in a situation where it's supposed to be a family bathroom. But we've had to have the door opening outwards, otherwise it smashes into the radiator and the fucking sink. When you're sat on the shitter, you got one knee against the wall, one knee against the bloody bath. You know,
oh my God,
it is so small. It's unbelievable.
Oh, literally. If I was sat on the toilet, that would be the wall, and that would be the bath. That's your gap. The width of my hips, basically.
Yeah.
Because my right leg touches the bath and my left leg touches the wall.
so I think I got a shower room, because this house, like, it used to be, there was a toilet room where, literally you'd sit on the toilet and you could put your hands on either side and you'd touch the wall. And then next door to that was where the bathroom was, but the bath was just too high up, and I think that's why they made it into one big room and then put like the shower and that in it.
The ideal thing for you is what's called a wet room.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I've got. Yeah, that's what I meant. I couldn't think of the word for some reason. But yeah, I've got
screen.
that.
The whole floor's tiled.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's good.
Nice. I mean, basically, we got one of them in the shower in the cottage we're staying in this year.
I was going to say.
Oh, lovely.
It's a brand new one. It's only just been built. The owner, she had a load of barns there, because it's still a working farm in sense. But she had all these barns that weren't being used. So she's turned them all into, we call them cottages, but the ones we're actually going to be staying in now are actually like flats, apartments, all new, you know.
Oh, nice.
And stuff like that. But I don't know how many more years we're going to be staying there. Simply because over the years there's only been the 2 cottages and 2 small camp fields, one either end of the farm. And it's kind of exclusive. It's out the way. It's very quiet. But with these new flats that she's doing there now, these new apartments, one of them is a 6 to sleep 6. So what you're going to get in there is families with a load of kids, or all one sex
Mhm.
booking, which means they're going to want to party all the bloody time. Another one's 4
Yeah.
4 bedrooms, so that's 8.
Yeah, 4 bedrooms.
So Dove is saying 2.
Yeah.
Seaview is going 4 bedrooms, so that's 8.
Dove's only 1. That's only 1 bedroom. Dove
Yeah,
cottage.
sorry, so that sleeps 2.
Yeah.
Seaview is 4 bedrooms, so that sleeps 8. Plus however many want to camp on the sofa. I can't remember the other one, but that's 3 bedrooms, so that's 6. And then there's the Dove Mill, which is the 2 bedrooms, so that's 4. So 6, 10, 18, 20 people in 4 cottages if they're full.
I mean,
Wow.
we always used to. Well, the first time we had the 1 bedroom, and then we switched to the 2. 1, it gives us more room. 2, we can have people to come up and stay with us.
3, it stops us being booked next door to a
Exactly. That's
family.
just what I was going to say. If you'd have waited until I bloody
I
finished,
wanted to join in. Shut up.
was the fact that if we booked the 2 bedroom, we could only ever get 1 couple in the one next door. End of.
Nice.
But it's going to lose that sort of
Privacy,
as it were. There's going to be more people walking about.
Yeah.
Each apartment has got its own enclosed patio area and what have you, because it's totally dog friendly. They love having pets. There's going to be a lot more noise.
Mm.
We want to sit outside with barbecues, have music going, and stuff like that, which is
Sounds nice.
not what we stopped there for, shall we say?
we want people.
No, you go there for quiet. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's why we like Silloth. It is an old Victorian holiday town with the big promenades and everything, but it's usually very quiet. There is a caravan site nearby.
Yeah.
But because there's nothing in the town for people like that, people don't bother going into the town. They'll go off down the line, Whitehaven, wherever,
Or just play on the beach.
Yeah. I mean, the beach I fish opposite the cottage, I can sit there all day, and except for the cars going past at the top, I might see 2 or 3 people along a 4-mile stretch of beach.
Wow.
And they're only down there walking their dogs, probably holiday makers from somewhere. Yeah.
We had one year where there was a bunch of families.
The ones that nearly got stuck out on the sand when the tide come in.
Yeah.
I had to go and warn them. And they were a nice family. They were camping there. And they went out onto the sand at low tide, not far out. And they pitched up, brought a load of stones down from the top of the beach, built a little fire pit and everything. All the cooler boxes and deck chairs out there. And then I had to go over and warn them, you don't want to be out there when the tide's coming in. He said, why is that? I said, because you can turn around and within 5 minutes, you can have 4 to 5 foot of water behind you.
That poor little dog trying to get across the stream.
They had this little dog with them, and there's a little beck runs along the length of the beach in places, and then out to sea.
And that's
so there's always permanent little channel between the sand and the stones, And they got, what was it, a terrier or something?
Oh,
wasn't it?
right, I don't know.
This little dog trying to get it through this stream with his little short legs. Absolutely
Oh,
hilarious. He was having none of it.
Far and then went, no, this is too deep. My tummy's getting wet. Turned round and came back. They had to carry him.
Oh, it was hilarious.
But they
and it sounds like I'd have to do that with Mia. I reckon she'd be like that if she went like that. Bless her.
they were nearly up to their knees coming back.
Well,
Oh God.
They'd have been swimming.
I mean, I love going down there. It's not really a swimming beach, you know. The water's not always that warm, and it's very shallow.
Fucking cold.
You got to go right out to get a depth if you want swimming and stuff like that. And it's quite dangerous because there is a big tide rip goes through there. But I like going down just after high tide, and I will spend an hour. I will literally knacker myself out just shuffling along through the stones and the shingle and seeing what the tide has brought up. You know, just like beach combing. I mean, I've come back with everything from a complete pipefish, or dragonfish people call them. They're like an eel, long skinny thing. A complete clean skeleton with every bone in place.
Oh wow.
Weird stones. You can pick up buckets and buckets of coal. You know, if you're having a barbecue, you don't need to go and get charcoal. You can pick this coal up, let it dry for a day. If it's on the water line, then that's perfectly usable. I suppose the weirdest thing I bought back was a broken broom handle, wasn't it, for some reason?
Yeah, you all sorts.
It was a broom with no bristle.
He would look what I found.
It was like a prized possession for a day, this bristleless broom.
Good job. It's a stick.
That was brilliant.
We do. We have a right laugh. I mean, the banter and the piss take is non-stop, usually. You know,
That's what you want, innit? You want someone that makes you laugh and you can take the piss out of them and it's all good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can have a giggle.
It's you do get one or two fishing on the beach, but usually they're holiday anglers. The top local good boys go a bit further round.
Well, they go to mills, don't they?
Yeah, and a lot of that is out of my reach. It's walking up with a gear and what have you. But we catch fish where we sit, and I'm quite happy fishing there, you know. But I think this year will be the telling point whether we stop there again, or while we're there we start having a look around for somewhere a bit more secluded, you know.
I think we're going to struggle though.
Yeah.
Do they not still do like the couples only holidays, or do they not really do that anymore?
No, it's open. If they got the 6-bedroom, 6-bed, and people want to book it, they'll quite happily take the bookings.
I know. I mean, is there like places you can go that is just for couples, like?
No.
Not with cottages and that. No.
Not in the area. No.
I mean, the first time that I went up there was to something like you're saying. It was a barn conversion. I think it was 4 or 5 little cottages in a row. They were all about face. The bedroom was downstairs, the living was upstairs, and what have you. And I thought, oh yeah, it's a quaint little place out of the way. But then you had people coming in and out all times, and what have you. And the other thing with me is because of our fishing, we can be in and out and about any time of the day or night. You know, like getting back from fishing at 2-3 o'clock in the morning. Well, if you've got load of people staying next door, they ain't going to be too happy about the noise at that time of the morning, you know, or us rattling around the apartment getting stuff ready to go out at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
But we'll see. We'll see what happens. We will do some videoing while we're up there.
When are you going? Is it soon?
July.
July.
Oh, yeah, of course it is. What am I talking about?
Yeah,
We
Of
always
course it is.
say July.
the first 2 full weeks in July, plus the 2 days at the beginning and 2 days at the end of those 2 weeks. I think
Yeah.
it's 18 days.
18 days, 17 nights.
Lovely.
Right. I'm sorry to say that is bloody near 9 o'clock. I'm getting hungry. I wanted to try and stay awake because the Hunger Games is on tonight.
Oh, God, not again.
Is it?
I can't even see me making to the start of it, to be honest. It don't start till
good.
20 to 11.
No, I'm waiting for Mini Stitch to finish her shower and then I'm gonna go. But I just put a load of washing on. She just comes up to me with some clothes and said, "Oh, Mum, can you wash this for me?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, I'll do it in the morning." She goes, "Oh no, I need it for tomorrow." Like, dude, you've had all day to. Good job, I love you, innit?
It's for you. How's she getting on with you now? Now everything's like it is. Everything's
Yeah,
story.
Yeah, she's sleeping a lot better. She's a lot happier. It's been a lot, bless her, because moving around so much and all that as well. It's been like really like upsetting her, and she just weren't sleeping and everything. But since she's been home, like the first night we got here, we had something to eat. We all calmed down, and she was zonked out by 9 o'clock, and she slept right through until like 11 o'clock the next day. Bless her. So she's catching up on her sleep, and she's a lot better.
I do hope you get something sorted, sweetheart. I do. But for
Thank you.
that is coming up to 9 o'clock, so I'm going to call that it. I don't like to push me luck. I'm not feeling
thank you
too
for bringing us all up to date with your
the drama of Stitch.
So with that, I will say, if we do get this bad weather, please be careful out there. I mean, the last lot has caused enough eruptions everywhere around the country. Good night, wee one. Thank you, darling. And with that, as always, that's good night from me.
And it's good night from me.
And me.
The usual. Stay safe, stay strong, and stay free. And as Mrs. W says, stay wicked.
Stay wicked.
Wicked.
All right, guys. Look after yourself. Take care.
Yeah, stay safe, everyone.
I was going to say, don't do anything I wouldn't do, but that would give you too much scope to injure
I'm
yourself.
going to say that's not very much, is it?
Right. Thank you for dropping in, Stitch. Nice to hear you again.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me on.
We'll say good night.
Thanks again for sharing, darling. All the best.
You're welcome. Thank you.